Hey guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel. Today I am back with another apartment renovation, and today we are actually renovating Pinecrest Apartments number 402. I renovate this apartment a lot, but I really like the layout of this one in Evergreen Harbor. It's one of my favorites in the game, so I apologize if you're tired of seeing this one, but I tried to do a different layout than I have done in the past. So we are having the kitchen right here by the entryway with the bathroom right next to it, and then having a bit of a narrow living space, and I think it came out pretty cute in the end. This is actually a build inspired by the Big Sister Challenge. I got a couple of suggestions from you guys to do an apartment for this challenge, and I thought it'd be a bit of fun. I wasn't imagining this was the first home they start off in, which I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to based on the challenge rules anyway. You start with a very specific amount of simoleons in like a specific area, but you're allowed to move as you earn more money throughout the challenge. So I'm imagining they are living it up in this apartment now in Evergreen Harbor. And it's a very cutesy, colorful color scheme in here. And I've just been enjoying so much color lately. It's all I want to do is build with color. So this is definitely something that was right up my alley as far as suggestions go. So if you guys ever have suggestions, I do read them all and I often take them and turn them into builds. So I hope you guys like this one. If you do, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can download it if you search my origin ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You could also find it under the hashtag Miss Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below. I was pretty indecisive about what floorboards I wanted, but I ended up going with a warmer toned floor in the ends. And I also used this couch from the Paranormal Stuff pack, which I think is so pretty. I'm very, very much in love with that couch. I was overusing it until Dream Home Decorator came out, but then I couldn't stop using sectionals. But I think Paranormal Couch is coming back, and we're probably going to be seeing a lot of her in the coming time, weeks, months, years. I really like that couch. I think it's nice. But in case you're unaware of the Big Sister Challenge, I will make sure to link the rules and stuff down below as well. But the basic premise is that you have an older sister sim who is a teenager. The parents are no longer in the picture for whichever way you want to play it, and they have to raise their younger sibling and, make it work. So that is the whole concept behind this build. So it's a little bit of a different family dynamic, but I think it's kind of a fun one to play with, and I know it's a pretty popular challenge. So let me know if you've ever played the Big Sister Challenge. How did it go for you? And let me know what you think of the apartment as well. But we're moving on into the living space now. I know I had already placed down the couch, but I was still mostly working on the kitchen. I wanted to make sure there was a decent amount of clutter in there, but I was really excited to put down this little bear chair. This is just like a base game thing. I think it was targeted at toddlers, but I'm pretty sure anyone can sit in it, or kids can sit in it, but it's super cute, and I just thought it added a little bit more personality and child friendliness to this space. I tried to keep the space very youthful and colorful since, I was imagining that the oldest sim living here is a teenager. I wanted to keep that in mind, but it is pretty fully furnished. I tried to say furnished and fully at the same time. It is pretty furnished in here. I think this is probably later on in the challenge once you have a decent amount of money. So I just had fun with the concept, and, at the very least, it's inspired by that challenge, even if it's not something that is super affordable to use in the challenge. But you guys can let me know. I don't remember exactly how much this comes out to be, this apartment, but you can see it on the gallery. And like I said, all of that stuff is linked down below. But we just have a little box TV. I was thinking that could be something they might have saved money on. Actually, a lot of the stuff in here I feel like could have been bargain finds. I think the table and chairs might be like an IKEA purchase, but like the couch could have been a hand-me-down with a bunch of different carpets, towels, blankets. Blankets is the word I was looking for. I was like, why would I say there's carpets all over the couch? Anyway, I feel like that could have been something that they found from one of their neighbors or something, and I could definitely see the TV being a cheap find or a dumpster find or those kind of things. We are in Evergreen Harbor. There's lots of dumpster diving to do. And then all of the artwork I had in here for the most part is like posters that I imagine you could get for cheap getting these prints, but I thought they were really pretty. They come with Cool Kitchen, I'm pretty sure, and I don't use them that often. For some reason, I just forget they exist, but they're so pretty. They're some of my favorite prints in the game. And then I wanted to add a bookcase over here as well, and a little height chart to keep track of how tall our little sibling is getting. But this is going to be the bathroom. I, of course, had to use the elephant shub from Parenthood. I used a lot of Parenthood in this build. I think that just goes with the nature of being like a family-friendly / raising children type of vibe. I love Parenthood. It's so good. And it fit the colorful, happy vibe I was going for in this apartment, so it worked. I also used this towel rack with it's like a blue towel rack with white towels on it. I don't think I've ever used that swatch before because it's so vibrant blue. I don't use that towel rack in general very often because the colors on it are kind of strange, but it matched so well with the tiles in here that I was like, you know what? Yeah, we're going to use this today. So I was happy with that decision. But moving on into the bedrooms, I really, really played with color in these. We're going to have a yellow and pink room for the teenager and a mint and orangey red room for the child. And I just think that the colors of these beds really inspired some funky color schemes that were a blast to work with. So I hope you guys like how this came out and it doesn't seem too out there because I think it's a little bit of a weird color scheme, but I really liked it. So we're going to be changing that blind to blue. You can really see how vibrant and contrasty the colors in here are. But I have the dresser under a loft bed. There's also a little desk space in here, and I try and make it a little bit messy for this kid. I didn't really imagine if this was a boy, a girl, or non-binary little kid. I have no idea. I wanted to keep it very gender neutral, so it could be whatever sim you did imagine in this space. So I'm just getting all kinds of glitter, and I was having fun with colors like I had mentioned. But I love the little doggy that I have over here. The really giant stuffed animals are fun. I feel like they're hard to place in builds, and I'm like, oh, that's not that realistic. But then when you think back to your childhood, I know I personally would have loved one of those giant stuffed animals. You see them at the fairs and like amusement parks, and you're like, I want to win that and carry it home. You see the one kid with like a stuffed animal twice their size, and you're like, I wish that was me. So I think that's what these stuffed animals remind me of. But just getting a toy box in here as well. And that's pretty much it for this room. We're just going to be getting some posters. I just think it came out pretty cute. Honestly, the loft beds save a lot of space, so I was able to get a bed and a dresser all in the same space. But then moving on to the teenagers room, I am using a lot of Dream Home Decorator in this build, as well as Parenthood. They just worked really nicely. And I've been really into putting a bed in front of curtains lately. I just think it looks cozy for some reason. I don't think I would like that in real life, but you know what? In The Sims, I thought it looked pretty. So that's what I did in here. And you can see the yellow, the gray, and the pink coming together. I like gray and pink, and I like gray and yellow. And putting them all together, I just thought was super cozy, and I quite enjoyed it. So this room just ends up having like a bed, a dresser, all of that sort of stuff. And I think I added a keyboard in here as well. That's another item that I've been recently adding to more builds. I think that would be a fun hobby for this teenager to have, so I put that in here so that they have their own space to do something that they enjoy for themselves aside from raising their younger sibling. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this build. Just adding a couple more decorations in here. I'm trying to think what else I add. I know I add a plant over in the corner and then the keyboard as I mentioned. But then what else do I add? Oh, I remember. I wanted to add some more decorations to the kitchen, so we should be doing that in a minute, but I wanted to get some posters up above the keyboard as well. This is pretty much a very put together room. It doesn't look too much like a teenager's room, so I wanted to add some of that teenager personality and throw some posters on the walls, just some things that they tacked up. And then we just have a random painting on the wall over here. I'm not sure if I like it there, but I also was feeling like maybe the placement of everything in this place might not be perfect because it is a teenager and a child, but just adding some post-its to the board and to the fridge and some child's artwork as well. And then we will be heading on into screenshots. Let me know what you guys think of this build. I really hope you enjoyed it because I had a lot of fun building this. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. That really does help me out. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, everybody.